Okay, we've lost our cameraman. You can't see too much because we're in the clouds at the moment, so I suppose we could be anywhere, but here's the summit anyway.
Follow us up.
And yeah,
We're now at the highest point in Ireland.
So, you've booked those tickets, packed your case, and bought the nicest shades possible. And when you're sitting on the beach, it dawns on you. This feels the same as last time. Holidays should be about discovery and adventure. And where better than Ireland and in a camper van? A holiday where you choose where you want to go and where to be. With Celtic Campervans, it is the perfect way to see the Emerald Isle. Stephen Bradshaw and Celtic Campervans, Ireland's #1 motorhome rental company, have been providing quality holidays for 30 years. With an ultra-modern fleet, they provide clients with a stress-free holiday. Stephen and his staff show you how everything works in the motorhome, so you know all that you need to before you take off on your adventure. They collect the van from the rental office, which is situated only 10 minutes from Dublin Airport. All packed and ready within minutes, they get the keys and hit the road.
Well, I suppose we weren't really knowing what to expect because we'd never really done anything like this. But yeah, as soon as we got the van, we sort of settled in, packed on our luggage, and it almost felt like home immediately. It sort of gave us a lot of freedom, so we just hit the road. We weren't sure where we were going. We were going to go to Killarney or Dingo until we had the van. I suppose it was up to us, and we just decided on the fly we'd head to Killarney. So we pulled up to one of the campervan sites there.
The lads arrive in Kerry and make their plans. The campervan gives them the freedom to make last-minute decisions. The River Flesk is close by though, and a spot of fishing is in order. And Vinny is eyeing a big prize. Well, at least some dinner for the hungry adventurers.
Okay. So while Barry's going to cook his beer can chicken, we're going to go down to the river here and do some fly fishing. There's just been a flood, so it's probably not ideal. But we'll see if we can get something to bring back for Barry's barbecue, and it's meant to be reasonably decent for trout and salmon, so we'd be quite lucky if we got any of those, but it'd be worth a try hopefully. I think for young Irish people it's a holiday that's probably not really done as much as it should be. Definitely I think it's something I'll do again because, like I said, you can change your plans very late. We could be anywhere really on the whole west coast of Ireland within 2 hours, and I think that's something that appeals to younger people and that they're not stuck to a schedule.
Carrauntoohil is the highest peak in Ireland. Located in County Kerry, it is 1,038 metres tall and is the central peak of the McGillycuddy Reeks range. Vinny and Barry are well equipped for the climb. As well equipped as one can be in shorts. The rain has held off and they begin the slow ascent.
The climb itself, even the tough parts, you sort of felt good about the climb.
And then, yeah, once we got up to the top, it was sort of a real sense of achievement, knowing that I'd reached the highest points in Ireland. So yeah, another great experience. Feeling a bit shattered now. Bit of a tough climb, much tougher than I was expecting. But once again, the scenery is just amazing.
Different up here now, so we've had the honeymoon, I think, and we're jeez.
The mountains are busy as people from around the globe make the trek up and down. Not far into their journey, they spot a familiar face to rugby fans worldwide, former English prop Phil Vickery.
That was Phil Vickery, the ex-English Lion prop. I suppose when you see a ex-international struggling and telling you it's going to take 2.5 hours, you probably maybe take his advice. We would have a map. Normal people would have a map.
Estimate 45 minutes to the top of that ridge. Although I had previously estimated 45 minutes to the top of that ridge from all the way back there. So we're just basically discussing how little we know. Estimation skills are not one of our strong points. Ripping it and ripping it.
Eating a whole bag of wine.
Eventually, after 3.5 hours picking their way up the aptly named Devil's Ladder, they ascend the final stages.
It was something that I would have liked to be able to do a couple of years ago, never got around to it, and I suppose climbing the tallest peak in Ireland is something you can kind of take out of the trip and say we did it, you know.
You can't see too much because we're in the clouds at the moment, so I suppose we could be anywhere, but here's the summit anyway. And so what was that, 4 hours to get, and yeah,
We're now at the highest point in Ireland.
The clouds are coming down, and as they reach the large metal cross that marks the summit, they have only a few moments to savour the success, or they risk getting stuck above the clouds. On a good day, the view would be amazing, but it was well worth the climb.
we can only presume it's amazing, but yeah, we've made it up here, and this is our proof.
Exhausted, bitterly cold and soaking wet, the call of the campervan is strong. And after a scramble down, the lads seek refuge in their home from home.
We got soaked on the way down. Now we can tuck up into our van, heat up, maybe have a warm drink.
Made it.
I will try to keep a really big shiver in there.
Oh. And fade them. Tough day, Bart. That was a big climb. I'm shattered.
Yeah, it's taking it out of me. I've been looking forward to this for a while.
I've never been so happy to see a little shelf that I sleep on. Oh, early start.
Good night.
I'll see you in the morning.
Seeking something more relaxing after their feats of mountaineering, the boys head off on a date with two birds. And John and Jeff from Killarney Falconry for something completely different.
Some of the stuff you can do, especially where we are in the world in Ireland, is unbelievable. Like, I'd never done falconry before, and that was something pretty interesting. I'd be relatively poor with animals, so I was kind of a bit apprehensive about having a falcon landing on my hand, but it was actually amazing.
headed off and we did some falconry, which was a real thrill actually, because I would never have thought of doing something like that. And that was great. We just the lads brought us off on this amazing walk through Dunlow Castle. The views were spectacular. At the same time, you had these awesome hawks and falcons landing on your hand. It's a real experience. I'd take a falcon over a dog now if I could. So. Yeah, lovely birds. Good to get to know what it is they do. He hasn't got the same control over his. Yeah. Right.
You do the same, yeah? You just yeah.
Ah, that's a good one. That was a good one. Yeah.
The island of Ireland is unmatched anywhere else in the world. Stunning and varied scenery makes Ireland a pleasurable place to rent a motorhome. You may be used to driving through unchanging landscapes in other destinations, but rest assured, in Ireland, the setting can change around the next bend, as Barry and Vinny, two Dublin lads, to discover.
For those of you who haven't yet tried campervans or caravan camping or tenting, it's a totally different experience. It's bringing you close to nature, and where you're awakened in the morning by the dawn chorus, and not your alarm clock. You won't need an alarm clock when you stay in a caravan park. Being awakened in the morning by the dawn chorus is what you want. And the closeness, so everybody's looking for something different. You wake up the next morning, if the weather is good, you might stay another night or two, or if you find something you like to do, but it's the freedom that you have.
Ireland's a pretty amazing country when you get around, and having the freedom with the van there, we could see a lot more of it than we would have normally. Even if you're committed to a hotel or a guest house, I suppose you're booked in for the night and that's where you're staying, whereas picking up and leaving, just heading off wherever we wanted in the morning was a great idea, and it's something that a couple of lads in a van is a really good idea for a holiday.
A trip I'd recommend because just gives you so much freedom and you're free to do whatever you want. You can woke up one morning, we climbed Carntill, and the next week could have gone surfing. Like, it's great for young people because Ireland's such a beautiful country. You can get out there and just see it. You're so much more freedom about you with one of these vans, and I think more young people should be out there seeing their own country.
I suppose there's no fish here today, so I'm going to risk having a quick swim.
Oh, whoa, oh, delicious. What a nice.
For more information, visit www.celticcampervans.com and you could have a taste of an Irish adventure.
Tough, But now I'm on my way down, I think I can say it's worth it now. Nice to be able to say, reach the top of your country. Can't go any higher than that. I think I've peaked the word.
Well, the Dew Mountains again. Is Everest next?
I haven't done this. I feel I'd have the confidence there to attack something a bit more meaty like the Everest or K2 or something, I think.
Yeah, that was quite tough. When we got into the clouds, I suppose it was even tougher because we couldn't really see where we were going, but I think when we got to the top it was probably worth it for the 12 seconds we were at the top. But you know,
Apologise for the weather, not being able to get
yeah, but we can't do anything about the weather, but I'm sure there was a lovely view for all the people who got there when the cloud hadn't come. But it could be a tricky enough descent now, so we're trying to keep our wits about us because the way we came up was going to be tricky coming back down, I imagine. But I don't really get why people go mountain climbing, if I'm honest with you. I said I'll just walk up a hill and get it over it. Conman is completely shocked. Conman's shocked.
Why do you think you know someone? You find them out with them, they drop a bombshell.